Welcome to another everyday makeup drawer video. I am so excited because today is my first ever themed everyday makeup drawer video. We are doing a fall theme today. I'm going to go through all of my products, shop my stash, and look for fall themed, fall colored, just anything that's giving fall. And we're gonna put it in my everyday makeup drawers for this month. If you're new to these videos, I have these two everyday makeup drawers and I like to cycle through the products to make sure that I'm using my entire makeup collection and not keeping things that I don't use or don't love, and it's just like a good way to get some rotations in. So I go through the drawers, pull out things that I feel like I've used a lot recently, and then we go to my makeup collection and replace those products with new ones. So if you're new, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. I also wanted to mention that I did my makeup today with everything from my everyday makeup drawers, and I feel like it turned out so cute. I tried to kind of go with a like burgundy-ish theme to match my sweatshirt and I don't know, get some sort of like fall vibes going. I am so here for the fall content. So let's get to opening these drawers and pulling out all of the products that I feel like I got a lot of use out of recently. Here is an overview of what my everyday makeup drawers are currently looking like. They always look nicer at the beginning of the month, and then things get a little bit messy towards the end. So we are gonna start off with this first drawer. I have the products organized into little sections as always, and we're gonna start off with our primer, foundation, and concealer section here. Starting off with our base products, I actually did really well this month with using the products in my everyday makeup drawer. Some months are better than others. As for primer, I used every single one of these primers, and every single one of these is gonna go back into my makeup collection. I considered keeping this one in here, the Liquid Poreless Putty Primer, but I think we're gonna put that one back. Same with the Bare Minerals, and then my Vive primer. I have this little primer in here. This is an e.l.f. Sea Brightening Putty Primer. This is a part of my Project Pan. I keep my Project Pan products in here just so that I remember to use those up as well. So that's the only primer that we're actually keeping in the drawer. I had two foundations in here, the Milk Hydro Grip Gel Tint and the L'Oreal True Match Nude. Honestly, I really enjoyed both of these and I used them a lot. I'm wearing the Milk makeup one today and it's really nice. I wear it in the shade 4, but both of these are gonna go back in my makeup collection because I did get some really good use out of those. I'm gonna keep my little Charlotte Tilbury color corrector in here just because I always do. And then I have my 3 concealers. I used all of these a bunch this month, so Laura Mercier is gonna go back and so is ColourPop, but I will be keeping my NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer because this again is in my Project Pan, and we are almost done with this one, which I'm so excited about. I love this product, but I've had it for quite some time, so I'm excited to have used up almost this entire product. So we're almost starting fresh with our first section here. Next we have powder and setting spray. La Mer powder, this is gonna stay in here. It's a part of my Project Pan. The rest of the powders, I used every single one of them again. I love the One Size and the Kosas. Those have been like my go-tos. I also love the Laura Mercier. I think we're gonna put all 3 of those back because I need to try to use some other things and not just use the same powders every single day. So those 3 are gonna go back. I also used this Pixie powder for, I think, the first time. I used it a few times this month. This is the H2O Skin Veil Translucent Powder. I'm also gonna put this one back. I liked it. I don't like it as much as my other powders, but I like it enough to keep it for now. So all of those will be going back. My setting spray, I'm also going to put back because I used this a few times. This is the All Nighter Extra Glow, the old formula, but we will be putting this one back as well and swap it for something else. Next, I have my bronzers, a blush, and highlight in these 2 sections here. And again, we used, I'm pretty sure, every single one of these. So Patrick Ta bronzer or contour duo is gonna go back. My Milani cream bronzer is also gonna go back. I love that cream bronzer. I also have this cream bronzer, my Rare Beauty one. This is a Project Pan item, so this one will be staying in here. I have these two Morphe like micro contour sticks. These are called they are micro contour sticks. They're the shape lifters. I use these a bit. I think these can go back in the collection for now. I really enjoyed those. And then that's it for bronzer. For highlighter, I had this little mini Rare Beauty liquid highlighter. This one I'm gonna put back. I used that almost every single time I did my makeup. And then Essence Pure Nude, I used a ton. This one is gonna go back in the collection. I love that highlighter. I've been loving a natural soft highlighter recently. And then my other highlighter that I have in here is this one from Ofra. This is in the shade Golden Glow. I used this quite a bit. I used this as my inner corner highlight, as a subtle like pop of a more intense highlight. I would just use a little bit of this, but this is beautiful. There's 3 shades in there. I pretty much just mixed the 3 of them together in the center and used this as a little spot highlight. So we're gonna swap this one out for probably a different Ofra highlighter because I have so many of them. And then the rest of these are blushes, and I used, again, I'm pretty sure every single one. We're gonna put back the Rare Beauty blush. This is a gorgeous orange blush in the shade Joy. This is kind of giving fall, so I kind of want to keep this in here, but I did use this like 3 times this past month, so I think we're gonna put it back for now, but maybe we'll pull it back into this drawer once we go to the collection. We'll see. Then I have the Flower Beauty liquid blush in the shade Peachy. The color on this packaging is a little bit misleading. You can see the product is definitely a peachy color, but the packaging looks more like a pinky kind of color. I wish it was more the color of the packaging, but I love this formula. It is so good. I feel like Flower Beauty has some really good hits that are not talked about enough. Next, we have this Rare Beauty blush. This is in the shade Happy. I used this one a few times. I used it today actually, and it's really, really nice, but it's gonna go back. This Makeup by Mario in the shade Perfect Pink. I also used a few times. There's some foundation in there because I dipped my sponge like directly into it. That's gonna go back. My Buxom blush in the shade Blissful Buff is also gonna go back. This is a gorgeous kind of like more of a nude blush, but still gives you a little pinch of color. Then we have the IT Cosmetics Glow with Confidence Sun Blush in the shade Sun Blossom. I have this in 2 shades, and this is really, really nice. I love the formula. This one's a little bit deeper, a little bit more, not quite terracotta, but a little bit more of a warm toned blush than the lighter shade that I have, but I did use this, so it's gonna go back in my collection. And then I have 2 powder blushes. We have Strawberry from Laura Mercier. This is one of my favorite blush formulas, and this color is gorgeous, but I used it a ton. I used it today on top of the Rare Beauty, so that one's gonna go back. And then we have this Kosas blush in the shade Butterflies, and this is a gorgeous, very pigmented formula, and this was really pretty. It was like kind of like the end of summer era for me, and I did use this a few times as well, so this is gonna go back in my makeup collection. We are literally starting over completely so far, aside from my Project Pan products, which is really impressive. Like, I'm so proud of myself for using such a variety of products, because if you've seen my other if you've seen my other everyday makeup drawer videos, you know that this does not happen often. This section here is all of my lip liners. I just keep them here permanently, so this section here won't be changing. However, this one here will be. This is my other like monthly lip product, so I'm just gonna zoom through this little container here, and then I'll show you what I'm keeping in versus what I'm taking out. So this is the section of products that I will be removing from my everyday makeup drawer. These are all products that I used this month, and then ones that I just don't think really fit the fall vibe that I'm going for. Some of these would fit the fall vibe, but I got enough use out of them that I think it's time to rotate them out. I'm actually wearing this lip gloss today from Buxom. This is in the shade Dolly, and it's a really pretty sparkly lip color. I have that on top of one of these Jones Road lip liners, and then a little bit of my Kim KW lipstick in the center. Super pretty lip combo, been loving it. But yeah, this is just a little combination of some lip glosses, lip oils, and some little lippy sticks from ColourPop. So all of these are gonna be going back. And then this section over here is what I'm keeping. We have L'Oreal Ferris Nude, Kim KW from Charlotte Tilbury. I did not use this Valentino lip balm. I think it's a lip balm. Yep, this is the Spike lip balm. I did not use this, so I'm gonna keep this in here so that I can try to use it again. The Kim KW and Ferris Nude from L'Oreal, I use those all the time, but they're like staples for me. So I am keeping them in the drawer along with this Valentino lip balm. I have my Summer Fridays lip balm, which is in my project pan, my ColourPop Fresh Kiss Glossy Lip Balm in the shade Caramel Latte. Yes, Caramel Latte. This is so good. It's one of my favorites. And this does give fall vibes with the sort of like coffee scent and color. So this I will be keeping in here. And then I have Buxom. This is in the shade Pink Champagne. And this is another one of my like staple go-tos right now. It's a really beautiful, light, milky pink color. So that's what I'm keeping in here. And then all of these are going back in my collection. These sections here don't really change much. I have my open mascaras back here, some tools here, brow products, and then here I have some like eyeliners and single shadows. So this is really the only one that changes. From here, I'm gonna take out the Flower Beauty eyeliners because I use those quite a bit. I have my Rose Gold Laura Mercier. This is in my project pan. I have a Sigma eyeshadow base primer. I think the Kaja little stack can go back. I used that once. I used this Merit cream shadow quite a bit. This is in the shade Studio, and it's a really pretty taupey, light taupey brownish kind of color. It's unique, but I really like this a lot. It's really nice. I like to use that as an eyeshadow base. I think I'm gonna keep that in here actually. And then I have this ColourPop Forever Valentine Jelly Much eyeshadow, and this is really pretty. I've used it quite a bit. Not this month. I don't think I used it this month, but I actually am gonna take this out because it's just not really giving fall to me, so we'll swap it out for something else. And finally, we have my eyeshadow palettes, which I will go through these really quick and then show you what I'm keeping in here versus what I'm taking out. I am gonna take out these like Frosty the Snowman products, as well as these lip products from Buxom. I'm gonna have to find a new place for these because they just didn't fit in my lip organizer in my collection, but they take up too much space in my everyday makeup drawer. So for my palettes, I'm considering keeping the Natasha Denona bronze palette in here. This is just so beautiful, and this is like screaming fall to me. It's just so many warm tones that I feel like this fits a fall themed everyday makeup drawer video. So we might keep this one in here, but we'll see. And then I have my nude sticks set here. This just has a bunch of the nude sticks, eyeshadow sticks. I love these so much. They are so good. So this I'm gonna keep in here as well because I just always keep this in here. It's not really part of the monthly rotation. And then off to the side here, I have a couple of sprays that are in my project pan. I have my Fresh Vitamin Nectar Glow Water, and then I have my NYX Bear With Me setting spray. So those again just stay in here because they are in my project pan. As for palettes that we're taking out, I'm taking out the ColourPop Sweetie Quad. This is so nice. I love this. This makes me really like small palettes, like little quads like this. This is gorgeous. I highly recommend looking into their quads because they're so nice. I used that quite a bit this month. I used the Shadowed Petal palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is absolutely gorgeous. I used this twice. It doesn't even look like I touched it though. You just need the tiniest bit and it's so pigmented. This I am gonna put back in my makeup collection because I did get some use out of it, but oh my goodness, if you guys have not tried Unearthly Cosmetics eyeshadow palette formula, you need to. I also used the Galactic Visitor palette from Singe Beauty. This is a gorgeous palette with some really pretty mattes and shimmers. I used this twice as well, so this one is gonna go back in my collection for now. I have the Baby Got Peach palette. I wore this recently. I think I wore it in my fall reset video. Super pretty, love a good peachy eye look, but since I did use it, we are gonna put this back. And then I have my two Morphe palettes, which I really wanna keep these in here, and who knows, I might. I have the shades Love Bite, which is a really pretty kind of like purpley, cool toned palette. I'm actually wearing this today. I have the top right shade in my crease, the bottom middle shade in the center of my lid, and then the top left shade in like my inner part of my lid. And this is such a good formula. I am obsessed with these palettes. I also have this one here from the brand, oh, I don't know why I said from the brand, I meant in the shade Outer Spice, and I used this one a ton this month, like probably like 10 times I used this, which is a lot for me to use in a single month. So I might keep these in here actually because I'm just loving this formula so much. So I think for now we'll keep these three and then the nude sticks. And then, oh, I forgot to show you my face palettes. We have this one from One Size, gorgeous palette. I did use this a couple times, but it's not really giving fall, and I did use it, so it's gonna go back. And then I have my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, which I used a ton this month. So again, it's gonna go back in the collection. So that's everything that we are taking out of the drawers. Now it's time to go over to my makeup collection and shop my stash for a bunch of products, fall themed or fall colored products to refill these drawers with. We are starting with my primer drawer here. I have my basket that I will be filling up with products that we're gonna bring over to the everyday makeup drawer. This is everything that I took out, so we're gonna have to organize this, or I guess I'm gonna have to organize this after I film this video, but I'm gonna wait until I pick my new products. So let me get this camera on the tripod and we will pick, actually, I don't think I need a tripod. I'll just hold the camera and we'll pick out some primers to add to the drawer. When I think of fall, I think of matte. And I don't really have very many matte primers, if any at all. So I have the Secure the Sweat Dry Till Dawn primer. I feel like this maybe would work. We'll go with that for now. And then I also want to do a grippy primer. So I have the e.l.f. Power Grip primer, which I really like. I have the niacinamide one and the regular one. I think those are really my only grippy primers. So I think I'll grab just the little mini regular one, or should I do the niacinamide one since it's almost gone? Maybe I'll grab this one and add this to the drawer. And then we obviously need a glowy primer, so let's pick one of those out. I will be doing another makeup collection declutter series probably in December, if I had to guess, as part of Vlogmas. I don't know, we'll see, but it's been, I think December of last year was the last time I did a declutter. So usually I do them twice a year, but this time we're doing it once a year, I guess. So declutter, whole entire makeup collection declutter will be coming in December. So very exciting. Look forward to that. I think I'm gonna go with this one from Pixi. This is the Flawless Beauty Primer. It's a really pretty hydrating glow primer. So let's add that one as well. And then we will be set with primer, and we're gonna go ahead and move on to foundation and concealer. I think I'm gonna grab two foundations. I have the A Cosmetics CC Natural Matte Foundation. I have this in two shades. I'm not sure which shade I am. I have light and light neutral. So I think I'm gonna go with this one on the right, which is gonna be light, and I'm gonna put that in the drawer. And then for another foundation, I'm thinking L'Oreal True Match. This is a newer one to me, but Shelby Ann raves about it all the time. I enjoyed it the few times that I have used it, so I think we'll add this one as well. As for concealer, I don't really have a ton of concealers, so let's do, I wanna do this NARS one. Sorry, you can see my sock down there. I want to do this NARS one. It's a potted concealer. And then maybe L'Oreal Infallible, because I think I just had Laura Mercier in there. I think I had these ones in last month. So let's do L'Oreal. Okay, my powder drawer is stuffed right now. We need some loose powders and a pressed powder. I definitely want a pink powder because I have been loving pink powder. I've been loving the Kosas one. I have Lunar Beauty, I have Kosas, I have One Size, and I have L'Oreal. So I think let's try the One Size pink powder. This is in the shade Ultra Pink. Let's try this because I love the One Size formula. And then for my regular setting powder, let's do Huda Beauty Pound Cake. It's been a while since I've used this one. And then we need a pressed powder. I have this purple pressed powder from Ofra. I also have this One Size one that we could try. It's in the shade Stage White. Or I have these powder foundations from Bare Minerals. I also have a lavender loose powder from Ofra. Let's do the lavender one. This one is in the shade Lavender Days. It's so pretty. So let's try this one out. And then for setting spray, let's do, okay, what's giving fall? Is anything giving fall? So far, nothing's really giving fall, but I think that's gonna come in more when we get to like the blush and highlight and lip colors. So as for these, I'm thinking Milk Hydro Grip spray. Let's do this one. And then if we have space, I think I want to do this RMS Radiance Lock Setting Mist. I have not used this before, so let's try this one out as well. Okay, here we have like my eye products and things like that. My brow stuff, I'm just gonna keep the same. We have another quad. This one is deeper. Ooh, that's kind of giving fall. Let's grab that. And then I have this Charlotte Tilbury Bronzy Cream Eyeshadow. I'm gonna grab that as well. I'm gonna grab this ColourPop brown eyeliner, and then I have Amber Moon from Charlotte Tilbury. I'll grab that one as well. And then I think, ooh, this is kind of fallish. It's like peachy. We'll grab that as well. And then I think we're good on that drawer. I'm gonna go back down to eyeshadow palettes, but we're gonna swap over to this unit here and do bronzer. So I'm gonna grab the Milk Makeup bronzer stick. I love this. I think it's really good. Well, I have the Rare Beauty one in there though. I guess it doesn't matter because I'm gonna rotate it in eventually anyway. And then for a powder bronzer, I'm gonna do L'Oreal Infallible. This is a really nice matte bronzer. And then I think I'm gonna keep it at that for bronzer. For blush, okay, this is where we're gonna have some fun. Let's pick out some fall blush colors. Okay, we are gonna grab this ColourPop blush. This is in the shade Thanks. I have not tried this formula, but it obviously looks like the Rare Beauty one, so we're gonna pull that. This also is giving fall. This is the Jones Road stick in the shade Tawny Nude. So we're gonna pull that. Okay, what else? Let's do the Flower Beauty liquid blush in the shade Poppy. And then I'm gonna do this Buxom blush in the shade Berry Glam. Next we have powder blush. I definitely want to grab one of these Tower 28 blushes, maybe this one. It's kind of like a peachy orange color, or ooh, this could be pretty. I'm so scared to open these after what happened with my other one. I forget what shade, Iced Tea or Long Island or something like that. Ooh, this one's pretty. Let's grab this one for a cooler toned blush. These blushes look a little similar on camera, but I'm gonna grab both of these. We have Patrick Ta and Laura Mercier. The Patrick Ta one is matte. This one is She's Sincere. And then the Laura Mercier one is shimmery, and this one is in the shade Fresco. I think I'm also gonna grab MAC Peaches because it's like a peachy orange color, and I need another matte blush. For highlighter, let's see here. Let's do this Laura Mercier highlighter in the shade Gold Glow. Let's do this powder highlighter from Rare Beauty in the shade Flaunt. I kind of want to try this one from Versed. I recently got this one in PR. This one is in the shade Simmer. And then I'm gonna pick out a blush or a highlighter from Ofra to put in the drawer. Okay, this is the first one that I pulled, and I feel like it's giving fall. This one is the shade Everglow, and this is a Nikki Tutorials collab, so we'll put this one in the drawer as well. Okay, so I have this palette from Lunar Beauty. This is the Moonshroom palette. I just feel like mushrooms give fall vibes, so we have to pick this palette for sure. And then I think that's gonna be the only palette that I pick for now. And then we have lips. Let's do lips next. I'm just gonna go through and pick a few fall colors. Oh, this is kind of giving fall. This one is in the shade Glazed Plum. I think I had this in my drawer last month, but it's fine. We're gonna grab this Maybelline gloss in the shade Stone. I'm gonna grab both of these Buxom glosses because their names are Pumpkin Spice White Russian and Bailey Butterscotch, which are both very fall names. I think I'm actually gonna grab both of these YSL lip glosses. These are in the shades 6 and 5 because both of these are very fall colors. I feel like MAC Whirl is a fall lipstick, so we're gonna put this in the drawer as well, and hopefully we can use that. I have this lipstick in the shade BITCH Perfect, and this one is a really pretty warmer toned nude lipstick, so we'll grab that. And then I have MAC Creme de Nude. I feel like this is kind of giving fall as well. So we pulled a bunch of lip products. Now let's move over to eyeshadow palettes and pick out a few of these. Obviously, to go along with the Moonshroom base palette, we do need the Moonshroom eyeshadow palette. Here it is. So pretty, definitely colorful for a, well, I guess it's not necessarily a fall palette, but we're calling it a fall palette. So this one we are gonna pull and add to the everyday makeup drawer. I have a few other palettes like this Lunar Beauty Moonspell Volume 2, which is definitely fall-esque, but I wanna save this one for my October everyday makeup drawer. So we're gonna save this for next month since it's more like spooky season kind of vibes. I think I'll grab this Natasha Denona palette, and this is the Mini Nude palette. It's just some nice neutral colors. And then I definitely want to pick one of these palettes from ColourPop. I don't know that I have any that are necessarily like fall. I feel like there's a lot of fall colors in here, but they're all matte, so I don't know if that's what I want, or if I want to do like Bare Necessities. Stone Cold Fox could be a good switch up for some like cooler toned looks. Definitely not Getting Fresh. And then I have Rock Candy, which is so pretty. I love this palette. Oh my god. Okay, let's do this one. Even though it's not really super fall vibes, it's the sparkles in here are gonna look beautiful during the fall, so we're gonna pull that as well. Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2. This is gonna be added to the everyday makeup drawer. And then let's look for maybe one more. I actually don't know if anything else is gonna fit, so I'm gonna stick with what I've got, and then I will come back and add a few products that goes for any of the categories if I have extra space. So let me go organize everything into the drawers, and then I'll show you what we're working with. Here is an overview of how the everyday makeup drawers turned out. I am so obsessed. I love seeing all of the fall tones, the fall colors, and then we have obviously some fall themed eyeshadow palettes and fall colored eyeshadow palettes here. So everything fit in the drawers except for the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Setting Spray, but that's okay. It kind of threw off the color scheme anyway. So I love how this turned out. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. You guys are the absolute best. I cannot wait to use this everyday makeup drawer setup this month, and I will see you again next month for our October everyday makeup drawer, where I will definitely incorporate the more like spooky season type palettes that I have. So anyway, thank you for watching. I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.